Hi, I'm Stephanie Greenfield, and today I'm coming to you from Los Angeles' hottest shopping district. I'm going to chat with Cameron Silver, owner of Decades. He's going to tell us who he's making fabulous looking in Hollywood. You know, he's the man that brought glamour back to the red carpet. You're not going to want to miss this, so stay tuned. When Julia Roberts, Nicole Kidman, or Angelina Jolie want to make a splash at a gala event, they have one thing in common: Cameron Silver. Cameron Silver is the man credited with making Hollywood gorgeous again. As the owner of Decades Boutique, he's made a name for himself by curating and selling incredible, one-of-a-kind pieces of vintage designer wear. In 2010, Cameron launched Decades Denim. The man who made Hollywood dress up again is now bringing his impeccable style and taste to a line of clothing accessible to everyone. Well, today is what I call a great day. Number one, I am surrounded by the most gorgeous vintage clothes in the world with a very handsome and talented man that I've been dying to meet, Cameron Silver. How are you?
It's great to meet you.
The owner of this fabulous emporium of vintage stuff called Decades. So I've been wanting to meet you for over a decade. So hello.
Oh, I'm glad we're here.
Me too.
Welcome to my living room.
I know, I'm trying not to get like all over the place looking at all the gorgeousness. So I'm here, I'm with you.
I want you distracted and I want you shopping.
It won't be hard to keep me distracted, don't worry. So you've been touted as the man who brought glamour back to the red carpet, into celebrity dressing.
Well, what's nice about this environment is that I'm selling women's couture. I don't want to wear it. I just want to find the right dress on the right woman, and that's what we've been doing here since 1997.
Now, what is vintage? Because people think vintage is just old. What truly makes something, you know, vintage to you?
We've tried to demystify what vintage is, and truly, when I opened the store, people thought of vintage as being
dirty,
Victorian, and
or old and dirty,
yes,
musty from someone's attic.
And we're about modernity, so I'm selling 20th century vintage collectible couture, but it really becomes vintage. When I first opened the store, the focus was the 60s and 70s. The 80s horrified me because, well, I've seen that. Yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah.
But now, 15 years into having the store, practically 15 years, things from the early 90s are vintage, and all of these designers who
And we're old enough to have lived,
sure,
you know, a decade and have it, you know, come back in our lives.
Things I gave away 14 years ago, I wish I had kept.
Me too.
When people call to sell me something, I always say, well, would this look good on Cameron Diaz? Would this look good on Nicole Kidman or Blake Lively? I try to think of how it's relevant for a 21st century icon, but I'm buying iconic pieces from the 20th century. So it's all about modernity with what I do. That's the irony.
When you see things, do you immediately, you know, conjure up in your mind, oh, that's such a Cameron dress, or that's such a Jennifer dress, that's such a Halle dress?
Well, I think every dress is a Cameron dress.
Yeah, okay, so let's remove the ultimate.
Sometimes something will come and I'll go, okay, this is the perfect fit for Nicole Richie, or this is a perfect fit for, I always know who's pregnant first.
Right.
So this is empire waist, this is great for this actress. But
so wait, who's pregnant? That we don't know
I can
about.
neither confirm nor deny.
Oh,
anyone who's pregnant.
Cameron.
Everyone tells me everything. Listen, I've seen everyone naked in Hollywood. I know who's got real breasts and fake breasts.
Yeah, so who does?
I can neither
I'm
confirm nor
trust
deny.
me, I am so good. I will have, you will be spewing by the time I get rid of you.
I'm jet lagged. I'm so vulnerable right now. I'm afraid.
Okay,
my defenses are down.
Either way, I don't care if we get it on camera, but we will.
Okay,
I'm going to get the dish. So anyway, because, you know, I'm a girl's girl. I love to hear about a baby or a boob job. So anyway, back to dresses.
Sometimes I do them at the same time.
Back to dresses, exactly. Back to dresses. You have Cameron Diaz, the chops here, Jennifer Lopez, Jada Pinkett Smith, Halle Berry, Blake Lively. I can almost say who doesn't shop here. Who do we see in a magazine, a monthly, a weekly, in a movie, on television that doesn't, you know, shop at Decades? Walk me through the process. Does a celebrity call you and say, hi, I'm nominated, hi, I'm going? Do you work through a stylist? For those of us in the world that, you know, aren't in the inner circle, walk me through it.
Well, there's sort of three things that happen. There's the one situation when the star actually comes in. And you know, it can be like a Julia Roberts coming in. I remember when Naomi Watts was just breaking through from when Mulholland Drive came out, and you know, she was just about to break through,
yes,
and needed a little black dress to do a television appearance. So they come in that way. Sometimes it's through a stylist, and I'll get a call, and Reese Witherspoon needs a Halloween costume. We'll put it all together and create images, sometimes via JPEGs, and send them to the stylist, and then they're sent to Reese and she can make her decisions. But Reese has come in here on her own and goes through the back room with me and finds a great vintage Adrian dress to wear at an event. And the third way is we have a blog. It's our daily arrival blog, and someone like Sarah Jessica Parker, when she was looking for interesting dresses for Met Gala or premieres, she was going on there and emailing us and, can you send this out on approval? Carrie Russell had bought a Jean-Louis Scherer hot pink dress from us maybe 11 or 12 years ago.
Right.
Was going to the Emmys just a couple months ago, and she wore her decades dress that she had bought.
Decades.
And it was, this great hot pink dress, and I forgot she had bought it, and she wore it. So the other thing is actresses will come here and actually buy clothes, not necessarily to wear it to an immediate red carpet moment, but it's always smart to have some vintage in your closet because you never know when you're going to get that invitation.
So Cameron, tell me about all my new friends here.
Well, I hope they're all going home with you.
Okay.
This is a Rochat archival gown, and it may look familiar to those who remember what Kristen Davis wore to the Costume Institute Gala. So this is just a beautiful, dramatic gown with an incredible
I wish you all could feel the fabric. I mean, this is what haute couture is, because it's just how it feels on the body. Even in this black dress that you think, oh, you know what, I can get this dress, from ABS, for $250. It's the feel. That's what couture is.
But the fabrics are incredible.
And Kristen Davis, I saw her in all the magazines wearing this.
She's glowed inside and outside.
So that must have been fabulous for you to dress her.
It was fun. We had a blast. To see her at the event. We also did all of her wardrobe for every Sex and the City premiere. So I was with her for the New York premiere when she wore the pink Jean d'Essai gown.
Really? Oh.
I was very proud, Papa.
So how instrumental were you in saying, this is what we should wear here, this is what we should wear to the premiere, this is what we should wear for the day interviews?
When we did sort of the pre-fittings with her stylist, everything looked so good. We were here for so many hours, I had to order Mexican food.
Okay, next.
Now, this is a very interesting dress because this is Jean Patou by Christian Lacroix from Spring/Summer 1987. But it's the only one on the planet because the entire collection was archived and never produced. But Christian Lacroix, I think, is one of the great designers, and I think this is just such a great dramatic dress. This takes a woman with a lot of confidence.
Absolutely. However, okay, how about this necklace? I could wear this with a t-shirt, or I could wear this to a black tie. Like, this would be a great investment.
This is beautiful.
Is it a big investment?
It's expensive. It's Yves Saint Laurent runway, one of a kind, gorgeous Swarovski crystals. Oh yeah, it's $2,800.
But you know what? You can register this in your wardrobe, at millions of price points. So I think this is also a great, inspiration for those of us that can't own it.
A little crystal around the neck is always a good thing.
Brings
light to your face.
And as you said, there is still a modernity. Now, there's a few people I could see wearing this, and tell me if you agree. I could see Gaga wearing it with some crazy headdress and unbuttoning
with a
it.
stake on her head.
Yeah, no, and unbuttoning the front. I could see Christina Aguilera wearing it, maybe because she just did the burlesque movie with Cher. Because you have this gorgeous ruffled details, mini underneath. I could see that happening here. So, stay tuned. And if I'm right, if Christina wears it, I'm gonna be like, I told you, Kat.
Commission.
Okay, commission. You know what? That's a freebie. So tell me about this dress, because to me, this could be 2010, or this could be 1975.
What decades is all about, timeless, and that's the beauty of this dress, which is probably early 50s. It's Jean d'Essai was the maestro at the classic goddess Greek classical drape chiffon dress. What I love about this dress is the color is so sophisticated.
But it really brings out the tones in your skin. I always say, everything looks good with a little bronzer.
The greatest lesson I ever learned about makeup is Amber Valletta, Met Gala a year ago. She wore a puce halter Galanos dress.
Now, what color is puce for everybody?
Puce is it's really like mustardy yellow, like Grey Poupon on acid. And I remember Amber was trying it on. I said, "Are you sure you can do this color?" And Amber said, "It's all about the makeup." And she wore it, and of course, it was like one of the dresses of the evening.
Now, has anybody worn this dress?
Not yet.
Okay, let's pick a few celebrities. Who would you see? like stunning in this
I'd
dress.
love to see January Jones
Ooh,
be. I mean, I know it's very in character for Betty Draper to wear a dress like this, but
Yes.
I'd love to see her go out on the red carpet and
Go mad for it,
and
January.
just be Grace Kelly. I want her to do that. It's just what I think happens naturally. but
And the necklace as well.
It's also a Saint Laurent runway, and I love that it's sort of this edgy mixed metal necklace with this chiffon goddessy gown.
I could see Cameron wearing this dress
Oh,
as
so-
well, because it would be a predictable style, but more of an unpredictable
And
color.
she'd do it with a messier hair, and she'd make it look modern. But the truth is, everything in the store looks good on
Halle
camera.
Berry too.
Halle Berry, her skin tone would be gorgeous.
Okay, Halle, you know what? I'm going for Halle.
Halle gets it.
Okay, sorry. And you know what? I just had a
And her
little
gorgeous
wave.
boobs. Oh my God, she's
I'm
got the
with-
most beautiful bust line.
I mean, who needs a stylist? Cameron and Stephanie, we could have decades 3.
Exactly. Oh God, I don't want any more jobs.
So you have all of these Hollywood celebrities. But what I've read about you that immediately, you know, touched me, moved me, is that everybody's a celebrity here.
This is about the democratization of the red carpet. Every woman.
Because don't we all walk the red carpet of life?
It's so much more fun to live your life like there's a red carpet. I mean, red carpet isn't just about, you know, being in a tuxedo. It's just a certain kind of confidence and bringing a little glamour into your 9-to-5 life as well as to your life when you go out at night.
And I don't want this to sound like a lame question. What is glamour to you? Like, what is glamorous and how do you define it? Because you've really redefined it.
I think that in the 90s when the store opened, it was a real minimal moment. It was very, there wasn't a lot of glamour and there wasn't a lot of drama. It was so clean and actually rather sober. So to me, glamour is being sexy and having a confidence, having the ability not to look cookie cutter. I mean, I love people expressing themselves.
You have a statement, and I'm sure you know what it is, but if not, you know, we all like to hear the fabulous things we say over and over again, especially from other people. And you said, would Cary Grant wear this?
That is the first question I ask myself. And I think for a woman, ask yourself, would Audrey Hepburn wear this? I mean, if you do that, you'll always look great.
What should the woman out there who's shopping today consider collectible? If she bought a what today, no matter what happens in her life, she should never get rid of it.
Well, never get rid of a classic little black dress that Audrey would wear. It's just a requirement. It doesn't have to be Givenchy. It doesn't have to be Dior.
So it's not about the name.
No, it's, I mean, at this store we're about the name, but it can be a dress by Seal Chapman, or it can be a dress that some dressmaker made, but it's just something that is a foundation item as opposed to a spank in your wardrobe. And that chic woman will make that little black dress not look black by modern styling with a great colorful shoe and great chunky jewelry. So that's a prerequisite. I think every woman needs a skirt suit because you never know when you're going to meet the Pope.
You never do know when you're going to meet the Pope.
And it sounds like people think, oh, a skirt suit. It sounds so kind of bizarre. But
And then you're always Pope ready.
I mean, I don't have a skirt suit, but I have a black suit. But the skirt suit.
But if you needed one, you would have one here to
yeah,
grab and go.
I think I'm a size 10 here, so I think I could find one.
Okay.
And the skirt suit is about mixing it up. It's an A-line skirt you wear with your little tank top. The boxy jacket you wear with your skinny jeans.
The skirt suit is just great elements of sportswear.
Yes, just to have. I think an Yves Saint Laurent beautiful bow tie blouse.
Heaven.
Always chic. Wear the ties down, open, have your bra exposed, have it tied up, and do it very severe.
A lot of people may have access with the internet, you know, to what you're doing, but they don't have access in their wallets to actually obtain. So the desire will always be there, but, you know, the actuality and the reality of what they can own, you know, isn't. So how do I get that, you know, scarf tie Yves Saint Laurent blouse? What's your advice? Because if I couldn't have it, I would want you to be my roadmap.
Well,
start driving.
Buy expensive accessories. Always helps. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's about high and low. That's the great thing that's emerged in the 21st century. And there are so many vehicles to find things that are more affordable. But what's nice is you can buy something on eBay and you buy a great chunky 70s lucite necklace and you wear it with an American apparel shirt. But you're carrying a Bottega handbag that you bought at a designer resale store.
So you're
preferably
saying,
Decades 2.1.
That's right.
My place.
What? Where?
I didn't mean to plug myself.
When you keep saying collectible, save up your money, because once you get to that place where you've earned enough to make the investment, that investment piece becomes something you'll collect and it'll travel with you through life.
And it might actually recoup its investment. Think about how the Europeans do it. French women don't buy 6 it bags a season. They buy one gorgeous bag. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what's so nice about all of these online retailers that offer a designer product for a discount. If you buy in an intelligent, non-disposable manner, I'm very against disposable fashion. I think it's bad for the environment, and I think it's ultimately bad for your closet. But I think like an intelligent shopper goes to H&M and you buy something that's the best thing that they have there. It may not be the cheapest thing on offer, but it's something that you're going to carry through.
But don't you think cheap is no bargain?
I like accessibility that doesn't look accessible. I like.
Well, you're giving me, like, I feel like, I'm just going to run a fashion mile. So what do you think is the best way to shop online? What would you tell all of our viewers at Gilt?
Well, I would say be informed. So kind of follow what's happening in fashion, go into the stores, know what things are selling for at actual retail price
So know your
points.
purpose of going online and looking.
Exactly.
Okay.
It is so intoxicating when you go on a Gilt sale. I mean, it's just so easy to buy everything.
No, it's a rush.
You see the retail price point, you see the Gilt price point, and you just want to buy. But
It's like a game show.
Totally.
Do you look at the Gilt email every day?
Oh, totally. I have to be, I do Pilates, and that Gilt sale reminder always comes the second my workout is done.
Oh, that is so funny.
And I'm rushing back home. I've missed some good McQueen pieces, and I get really pissed.
So let me have, the Cameron Silver's quick tips for shopping on a site like Gilt that, is going to hit you every day at a certain time.
Well, the first thing you have to do is make sure you are accessible the minute the sale starts. So it's like you have to have a standing appointment that hold all calls.
Yeah.
Have a cup of coffee and don't
Put
be
it in
distracted.
your reminder, in your BlackBerry.
I have it in my reminder, and I go on there. I give myself a budget.
That is great advice. Give yourself a budget.
And anyone who shops, and even my friends who are multi-billionaires and they're in Paris during couture, they give themselves a budget. So if your budget is $5 million in Paris during couture, that's one thing. If your budget is $50 for a Gilt sale, so you don't overextend yourself.
Yeah, I mean, give yourself the pre-eviction budget. Don't go into debt.
It ain't a discount if you go into debt.
Exactly.
And you're paying
That's not a good deal.
Yes, and you're paying 20%, 22% interest.
Right.
You have your budget, and also you have to be fast with these sales. So the better you know what you already have in your collection, what's in your closet, the merchandise closet, the more intelligent you are with buying something on these flash sales where you have to think fast.
So everybody should know their own personal inventory.
Yes.
And how about having fun? It should bring you joy, right?
I think it's great to step out of the box every so often when you buy something.
Kick it.
And it's nice to do it when you're getting a more attractively priced item.
Yes.
So don't be afraid. I mean, we're saying to shop your closet and shop intelligent, but don't be afraid to also step out of the box. One thing I always tell women is women should shop more like men. And by that I mean, get something tailored. How many women step out of a store and just roll up the sleeves of a jacket?
Well, you know what? That's so great, because it doesn't matter if it's the most gorgeous thing. If it doesn't fit, it's nothing.
Your tailor's way more important than your shrink. It doesn't have to be very expensive to hem a jacket or hem a pair of pants. I think finding that great tailor to make your body look as amazing as possible. A tailor can make you look so much better.
So, your tailor should really be your secret weapon, your best friend.
That said, it's all about what you're wearing underneath. So,
what do you mean by
good
that?
undergarments.
Good undergarments. 'Cause as my mother would say, you never know.
Yes.
You just never know.
A good bra on a woman, it's just life-altering. And we have all of these, we have Spanx, we have all of these different options to help a woman enhance what God already gave her. Use it.
And people, I think women, it's very funny you talk about shapewear. I'm just shy of 100 pounds, and I wear shapewear underneath because I've had the baby. I'm not 20. I think it makes you sit up a little,
but everyone 20 has
tighter.
shapewear on.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody in Hollywood has shapewear on.
Because you
male
never want to see
and
the lines.
female.
Real men do too.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
yes.
but you don't want to see the line. So make sure your undergarments are great. Make sure your clothes fit. Rolling up a sleeve of a jacket, unless you've got fabulous lining, to me is a no-no.
Yeah, no, it's unacceptable. But that's,
unacceptable.
But it's a very much like men would never leave a store without having their pants tailored or having their jacket sleeve corrected. Women do that, and I say for men should shop more like women. Don't be afraid of color. Do something that's not your normal everyday wear, so you make it a little bit more exciting. So be a little adventurous.
You're in a place, you are the gatekeeper of 20th century. We said, I always call it wearable art because it is. I mean, owning, a couture dress is owning a piece of history. It's owning a piece of art. And, it's that moment that we all dream of as little girls that, continues on. The chills like, I'm a princess. And we should feel like princesses every day.
I agree.
So, I'm getting all chills. I'm getting all hot and bothered just like in the princess moment. But it's what we dream about. You're actually designing, your own collectible pieces. However, your collectability is also going to have affordability. So tell me about, Decades denim.
I wanted to start with the essential pieces, and we have everything from the trouser, the velvet jean, the skinny jean, the boot cut, the cargo, the cropped, but I wanted to clean them up because all of denim, I feel, has been so filled with whiskers and dirty washes and holes.
There's a lot of stuff on those jeans.
This is glamorous denim.
And named after glamorous
women, everything.
Give me a few names, throw me a few names.
Well, Marlene Dietrich inspired a pair of jeans, Sophia Loren inspired a pair of jeans, Marilyn Monroe.
Now you know what's happening right now? Our viewers at Gilt are salivating. They're like, Cameron, I'm not gonna be able to afford any of this. Let me tell you, okay? Look in my eyes. $99 to $129 for you, retail.
And they look expensive. There's no weird branding, there's no weird logos, there's a little leather Decades denim label inside, a little satin trim.
A little bit of stretch.
I've always looked at everybody likes stretch.
Why did you go to more of an attainable price point? Why did you say, this is where I want to begin? Well, the nice thing about Decades is that this is the most luxurious format for me to sell. I am selling, this is beyond buying haute couture. This is one-of-a-kind vintage pieces. I've got that market tapped. And for 14 years, every time somebody would buy something, I would say, gosh, that would look so great with a pair of jeans. Or, you got to mix this up a little bit. Wear this Saint Laurent with a pair of velvet leggings. Now I have the product, and I wanted to do it so people could experience the Decades aesthetic and have a very sophisticated, cleaned-up denim for a broad audience. And we're starting with denim because that's how women begin their wardrobe. You start with your denim and you build around it. And what's exciting is for spring, we develop more into collection, and there are blazers and silk pants. Silk pants for $149. Cameron Silver, let me ask you something. I'm sitting at the New York shows, I'm sitting at the Paris shows. Am I going to be at, I feel, a Decades runway show in the near future coming on with your chic look walking down the runway and me clapping and you bowing?
If from your lips to God's ears.
Would that be a dream for you to really have your own collection?
To really build a brand following the aesthetic that I have. I mean, this is the funny thing about Decades. This store might sell, there's one-offs of everything, but there is an edit, there's a point of view, and that's what I want to bring into fashion and make it affordable and accessible for women, but super sophisticated. And when I was a singer, I had a great lesson, because I was singing really sophisticated music, but I'd be in Alamogordo, New Mexico, doing a gig, because people wanted culture, they wanted taste, they wanted something interesting. So I think they want it everywhere, and hopefully they're going to want it from me.
I know they're going to want it from you. I have to tell you, I have enjoyed this so much. I wish you the best. I know we're going to be seeing great things for you. And other than leaving my credit card here, which gets me a ticket to sleep over, will you let me come back? Will you let me share you with more people at Gilt?
Welcome to the family.
Oh, Cameron,
thank you. This is fun.
Just left Cameron Silver, and you know what? He's chic, he's smart, he's elegant, and I can't wait to see what he's up to next. I hope you had as much fun as I did.